The name of this group reminds me of a video game, but I can't remember the name of the game. Anyways, welcome back, everyone. Hope you're doing well. Hope you're feeling good. Having a great one out there on this lovely afternoon that it is. Is it afternoon? Okay, technically it's late morning, but 4 minutes till the Mars Volta. Today we're going to listen to the band Dreadzone. We're going to listen to this track entitled Shining Path. This is off their 1995 album Second Light. That's it. We're listening to this track because I asked Jay Ferks, thank you so much for the reply and for getting back to me. I asked you because I was curious, like, what were some of your favorite albums? I think I asked you like top 3 or something like that. And this album was one of the ones that you had said was one of your favorites. And you said, you know, of course, recommending the whole album. But if I was to take just a little taster, just a little slice of the pie instead of the whole thing, that this track would be a nice slice. And so slice we shall, getting out our pie knives. Now, I've never heard of the band. I don't know a thing about them. I love the album cover, that kind of stained glass style. When I was like in middle school, when was it? Middle school, high school. I'm thinking late middle, early high. I got really into like making stained glass. I had done it for like a project in art class, and I loved it. And I started making a lot of stained glass, arts. I had sold some, given some away, but I haven't done it in a very, very long time. That was actually something I really got into. I actually forgot that I even used to really be into that. That's actually really funny. Just thinking about that, little nostalgia. I do not have any pictures or anything. I don't think I could find any of my past work. It wasn't that great. Anyways, and I also see that this band had been recommended 2 years ago by Terry Stewart. So thank you as well for the suggestion. Let's go ahead and put on the headphones, listen to the track. We can talk about it just a little bit after. Let's go ahead and dive on in. Here we go.
In the east came forth a great light, shedding rays of divine love.
Light the temple with golden rays. And feel the pulse beat of all other life. Let the light pour into you. Climb through the blue into the golden light. Into spiritual reality.
I like the dub bass coming in. That's classic dub. fact that there's not a predictable just 4/4 beat just blasting through this, you know? It takes a lighter, more subtle approach.
Let the light pour into you, and slowly, very slowly, return. The sense of universal mind.
Maybe it's just my preconception, but I was expecting, with the band name Dreadzone, I was just expecting something heavier, industrial, kind of, you know, darker in a way. Just the name Dreadzone, like that doesn't sound like a zone you'd like to be in. There's many zones. That doesn't sound like one you'd like to be in. And yet this is completely different than what I was expecting. It's very light, extremely subtle. The instrumentals come together very organically. And like I said, this is like that electronica with a little bit of dub influence when that bass comes. Bum, 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 bum. When you hear that come in, you know, right? And this actually reminds me, we haven't listened to a lot from this artist, but it reminds me of Spangle a little bit in that it's kind of, this isn't as psychedelic as that, but it's kind of floating in that same line, a more electronic kind of focused ambience, you know, inducing a trance-like kind of stance, but at the same time incorporating a lot of these other sounds, instruments, and different melodies into it. You had flutes, the piano. You have Greg Roberts on the drums, which I love the drums and the way they're performed here. Like I said, it didn't play in a typical 4 on the floor, boom, 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 like just throwing it out there because it's the easiest beat to do. And, you know, it makes it all dancey. It makes the trance, you know, they could have done that. And honestly, it probably would have still sounded good. But I like the way that they didn't just rest on that. They gave us something different with the different percussive elements coming in first, before in the back half, for maybe the last 2.5 minutes or so, then the drums come in and give us an actual groove. And it's different than perhaps what I would have expected it to be. So I really like that. The bass from Leo Williams, of course, you hear the bass line there. Now, I don't know who's speaking on here. I know it's sampled. I couldn't tell you where it's from because I couldn't find it when I was Googling it really quick. But you have additional keyboards, Dan Donovan, Tim Brand as well. And like I said, I like how organic everything flows in and out of here. It's just very, very light to listen to, very peaceful without being ambient, without being empty or relying on that sort of space. No, the spaces are filled here, but just lightly filled. And I did enjoy that as well. I guess it's not actual flutes that's being played here because I don't see anyone credited with flute on the personnel. So I'm imagining that, of course, that is just going to be sampled in some capacity. But there are a lot of times during this 7-minute, you know, trance-like state that there's a lot of these sounds coming in, kind of into our orbit, and then they float back out. And I like that because it always gives us something new to listen to. You know, there's always a new detail kind of springing up without changing the flow or the essence, is the best way to say it, of the music itself, which I really enjoyed. Now, are all of their tracks like very relaxed like that, or do they have like, you know, something a little higher energy? Because I was listening, this would be a good, for me personally, just breaking the fourth wall, this would be a good track to listen to like at the end of my recording session when I'm like, my energy levels are going like this. This would be something nice to ride along as I go down that particular path there. But I see, I'm just, because I have the Wikipedia pulled up right here. I'm just doing some brief reading really quick. It says the group's usage of sampling was passed down from Roberts and Williams' time in Big Audio Dynamite. In this period, Dreadzone proved to be one in a number of acts alongside acts like Tricky. I've listened to Tricky. What's the album? Maxim. It's been a long time since I listened to it. Maxin. You know what album I'm talking about. This is the most popular one. Orbital. Sounds familiar. Stereo MCs. The Orb. Did we listen to a track from The Orb? I'm losing it. That bridged the audiences for rock and dance music by playing both the dance tent and the NME rock tent. That is really cool. I enjoyed this. Good recommendation, Jay Fergus. I liked it. Let me know what you guys thought of it in the comments down below. I appreciate it. I appreciate the suggestion. I appreciate you sharing your favorite music with me. Sometimes, I mean, it's like the video I did last year, which I still reference. I still reference the video I did last year when I asked people to share, you know, your favorite song, and so I could listen to it because I like to hear what other people like. You know, no one wants to hear what I like. No one wants to hear what I like. I'm here to listen to what you like, and then maybe that will in turn be my like. So appreciate you guys being here. Please come on back by tomorrow. Stop by, and I'll see you all later. Bye, guys.